In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the new hero Emma Frost and all her abilities, so let's get right into the video. So the first ability I want to talk about is her left click, also known as her main ability, which looks like it's going to be like a cloak and dagger, Scarlet Witch kind of constant damage dealing kind of attack. Now this is interesting because Emma Frost is supposed to be a tank. Seeing her having ability like a DPS or a duelist, it means that this tank could probably be more aggressive, less defensive. This might pair well with like a Strange. Speaking of Strange, also she has that little meter at the middle of her screen just like Strange has, and I wonder if you fill that meter up, will it stop the attack? Will it make you have a cooldown? Maybe it's like a reload animation, who knows? Something else I want to talk about is that Emma does have 650 health, so she's not the most tankiest tank like Venom or like Strange, but she's more like Thor, where she's able to get in, get out kind of abilities to where she could just deal some damage, come back, get some heals, deal more damage, come back, get some heals, and really push the enemy away and give your team space. I don't know how I feel about that. I wish that she had just a little more health, maybe like 750, to make her like a real tank. I think the reason Thor is able to get away with 650 is because he gets that little health boost every time he uses his ability. He gets like that little blue health and it just keeps him alive a little bit longer until he can get healed. But with Emma Frost, so far, it looks like we're not getting any kind of ability that gives her shield. And before we get into the next segment, I just want to say that 99% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you could, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button real quick for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, back to the video. And moving on to the next ability is going to be this little crystal Moon Knight Ankh looking thing. This reminds me a lot of Moon Knight's Ankhs and how you could just aim at the Ankh and it'll auto aim towards the person. I wonder if it will be completely like that, where you don't even have to really aim at the person. It looks like it deals less damage than her actually hitting the person, which makes sense. Same thing with Moon Knight's Ankh. But it also looks like you're dealing damage and the other person is dealing damage to like the crystal at one time, which might be a counter to how good this ability might be. She doesn't look to be taking much damage while she's doing it either. And it seems kind of like a good way just to get some poke damage in. But what I wonder is if it'll auto lock onto someone even if they're not in their line of sight, where you have it placed down and it has a certain radius where it'll just hit anybody in a certain radius. Maybe you can hit more than one target at a time. It doesn't look like it has any kind of radius on the bottom, but again, we're gonna have to just see when she releases if this is really how that works or if it's completely different. Next ability is going to be this giant shield she gets. This is cool. It looks like it has 500 health, which is actually kind of insane. I could see like in a real match it getting down there pretty fast. It also looks like the Invisible Woman shield where you could recall it with your F key. And it looks like it has like a 5-second cooldown, which is kind of insane. So you don't get back the 500 health immediately, it looks like. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna recharge, and then once it hits that recharge on the abilities bar, it's gonna recharge on the left side and it's gonna rack up some health while it does that. It doesn't look like it goes too fast, but it doesn't look like it goes too slow either. It can also block Iron Man's ult at only like 160 health, which is insane because that ability can take out 250 HP characters. Okay, so it seems like she also has some close range abilities. It looks like we're going to be able to have her diamond version of herself, and we're going to be able to not take damage. It's going to be kind of like Mr. Fantastic's left shift ability, where he is able to not take damage, but he's not able to hit back. But in this case, we can hit back. Instead of using our psychic powers, we can use the brute force of her diamond skin to deal damage to the enemy players, and it looks like it actually could provide a lot of value. It looks like you do still take a little bit of damage while in this mode, but it's not too much to the point where you could just get demolished or anything like that. It also looks like her abilities change depending on which form she takes. So when she has the diamond form, it looks like she gets like an uppercut, a chokehold, and it looks like she gets a kick that has knockback on it, which is so cool. And it looks like you can combo the two. And finally, we get her ult. Looks like it brings people towards you, which is interesting because that doesn't seem like a very good ult on any other map except Krakoa. I don't see another map having a ledge that you could drop them off of like in this clip. But it does deal damage while you have it. So maybe you could like backline, like back up a little bit, backline, and then pop it, come back up, and then deal damage to like the vanguards and the squishies and like clear them up a little bit. Maybe that's how you could use that ability. I don't know. I want to see how this is used in the competitive space, in the game in general. I want to see how that's used for sure. That looks like a very interesting ability. It looks like a game-changing one, kind of. The devs did say this would be like a meta-changing character, which is a great thing to hear because honestly, I feel like the meta has been too stale at the moment. Any Vanguard mains out there, any tank mains are gonna have some super fun with this character. I'm not even gonna lie. I might even pick her up just because of her abilities in general. I'm not really too much of a brawler, but her psychic abilities look very interesting, and they look like they're very capable of outmaneuvering and out encountering like almost every other ability, which is gonna be crazy to see. So yeah, that's Emma Frost and all her abilities this coming season, and I can't wait to play her on April 11th, and she's going to be just so much fun to play, I can already tell. But you're just going to have to lock in for that first couple of days because everybody else is going to want to play her. We also got some more information about Season 2 that I'll be releasing later this week, so stay tuned for those videos. We're definitely going to go over the Battle Pass, which is Hellfire Gala themed, by the way. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure to turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload about any leaks or any kind of news update having to do with Marvel Rivals. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe, read your Bible, and peace.